Chapter 5. Act 3rd. Silver Box Q. What purpose, in your opinion, is served by beginning this act of the play with the Livens girls, which has nothing to do with the main story? Ands. The case of Livens girls does not have direct connection with the main story of the play. However, it is of great importance because it gives the reader preview of what is going to follow. It also shows the defects of the English legal system. Q2. Why are Mr. Barthwick and his son so anxious that as little as possible should be said in court about the purse and the money that Jones had in his possession? Aunts. Mr. Barthwick and his son were very anxious about the detailed discussion in the context of purse because this discussion would reveal the crime of Jack, and thus Mr. Barthwick's good name would be defamed in the society. Q. 3. What function is Mr. Roper discharging in the magistrate court? Ans. Mr. Roper was the lawyer of Mr. Barthwick, and he was discharging the duty of defense counsel in the magistrate court. The main purpose of his presence was to hide the affair of Jack's crime. Q4. What facts does Marlow's evidence establish? Ans. Thomas Marlow, who was the butler to John Barthwick, witnessed that the silver cigarette box had been stolen from the house of Mr. Barthwick. He also confirmed that the female prisoner was the charwoman in the house of Barthwick. Hence, when he found the box missing, he informed about it to his employer, who sent him the police station. Q. 5. From the constable's evidence, we learn that Mrs. Jones was the first to be charged with the theft. Why was this so? Anne's Mrs. Jones was the first to be charged with theft because the police did not find any proof of Mr. Jones's access to the house of Barthwick. But Mrs. Jones, as a charwoman, would go daily into the house of Mr. Barthwick, so it was natural that she was suspected first. Q.6. What led the constable to arrest and charge Jones as well? Anne's. When police, having recovered the stolen cigarette box, were taking Mrs. Jones to the police station, Mr. Jones interfered and asked the police officer to let his wife go. But when his request was rejected, he became very furious and struck the officer a blow. As a result of it, he was also arrested with his wife. Q7. Briefly give the probable reasons for the magistrate's decision to discharge Mrs. Jones. Ans. The first probable reason for the magistrate's decision to discharge Mrs. Jones was that Mrs. Jones's husband himself confessed the guilty of stealing the box. Secondly, the police record did not show her involvement in any criminal activity. Thirdly, Jack's statement revealed that he allowed Mr. Jones's access to his dining room, so Mrs. Jones was not involved in stealing. Finally, Mrs. Barthwick desisted from his case against Jones. Q8. Briefly discuss whether the magistrate gives Jones a fair trail. Ans. The magistrate did not give Jones a fair trail because he ignored the circumstances of the crime. He did not even record that part of the evidence which could go against Jack. Thus, it is obvious that the magistrate did not pronounce the case fairly. Q9. Assuming that Jones has received a fair trail, why does this act of the play leave us with a feeling that injustice has been done? Ans. The act of the play leaves us with feeling that injustice has been done. For Jack, the son of an influential and wealthy person, was released without punishment, thought he committed an identical crime. Q10. What do you imagine to be the unspoken plea that Mrs. Jones makes to Mr. Barthwick at the very end? Ans. We imagine that she wishes to make an appeal to Mr. Barthwick so that he may employ her again as a charwoman.